Mr. Chris Madden. Chris, you with us?
Hey, how you doing?
Did you get to hear Michael Rigsby tell you congratulations?
Who is that now?
Rigsby from Dirt on Dirt followed you, or preceded you, rather, and he told you congratulations on your championship over the course of the last 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Mike. I really appreciate it. I did not hear him.
Any way you're going to be able to get to Cedar Lake Thursday?
No, just the timing of the Southern National deal, and then I guess my next big outing will be the North South, and then the Topless.
So you guys won the series last year. You won the series this year. Just talk us through the last 2 weeks, and when did you think you really had something to carry it through and win the whole thing?
Well, I mean, we were very I guess you could say conservative a time or two there, like at Bulls Gap. We wasn't sure what the outcome of that was going to be, so the racetrack was really rough. The conditions were bad, and we didn't have a big enough point lead to sit the race out, or if we would have, I wouldn't have raced at all. But we had to race. We had one driver that wouldn't. We had a vote on it of just giving up show-up points, but we had one driver that didn't want to do that, so we had to all race for points, and we was really concerned tonight of how the finish was going to come there. It was going to be whether or not we had it wrapped up.
Now, obviously, the Southern Nationals it's a 10-race deal over 2 weeks. The Southern Nationals is what it is. The Summer Nationals, is what it is. 30 days of racing. You don't really follow series anyway. Do you like a quick little series like that? Is that something? I mean, if you're up front in points, I guess, but is that something you'd rather do and wrap it up quick?
I enjoy it. I enjoy the area that he does it in, the racetracks that he does it with. Most of the racetracks are real good racetracks in our area, and we run real well with all of them. And it's an opportunity for me to go out and run real well and make some money, actually, in our area and not traveling around real far. So I really enjoy it, and I think it's a great deal for our area for Ray to come out and do that. And he had a good car turnout pretty much at every race, and we had a lot of fans to come out. I was really surprised that some of the weeknights that we had a good crowd in the stands every night. So that was good for our racing period, in our area.
Well, I talked to Ray this morning and about the series and about the in its entirety, and one thing he said, he was happy about the fan count, and I mentioned that I thought the only show I got to take in was the East Alabama show, and I said, yeah, you guys had a great crowd down at East Alabama, and he said that was the one that had the least amount of people, and it was packed. So yeah, they had a good turnout.
It really was. So we had a great turnout the whole year. I mean, the whole series there, and that was great for him and for us, to put it together and hopefully get to do it again.
Now you see a lot of the guys like Casey Roberts. You see Chris Ferguson. I'm sure Rambo Franklin a bunch. You used to see Davenport a whole bunch. Are those guys you like to race with? I mean, who's your favorite competitor? Who are you glad to see when you get to a racetrack?
I don't like to see none of them. Because they're there for the same reason I am, to win the race.
You know what I mean.
No, I like to see, all of them. They're, if we outrun those guys, we've outrun some of the best. So I definitely like to see them there, and that way you know what you got when you leave. If you outrun them guys, you've done something.
That's right. And you're a pilot of a Bloomquist chassis. I was fortunate enough to see you race against Randy Weaver in another Bloomquist chassis, door to door at Cleveland for 20 laps for the lead. How much interaction do you have with Scott when it comes to your car and the things he's doing and the things you're doing? I mean, is there a lot of information swapping going on with Scott?
Oh, we swap a bunch of information. Me and Scott are real close. We've been friends way before I started driving his cars, and we've been running his cars for going on about 8 years now. So, you know, we share a bunch of information together, and you know, we trust each other a lot, and he's done a lot for my racing career, and I try to help him as much as possible. So, yes, we do share a ton of information. You know, even through the night of racing, if he's racing or if I'm racing, we still share information through the night, you know, from cell phone contact with each other. So, yes, we do help each other a lot.
And now that, I mean, compared to other chassis, without giving away, you know, company, you know, secrets or whatever, I mean, you know, what is it about the Bloomquist that just fits you? I mean, I know not everybody likes them or can drive them, but what about it fits you?
They are, you know, a well-built race car, no doubt. A very good race car. But I drive more straight than a lot of guys on dirt do, and Scott's cars are real well at doing that. And if you can drive straight on dirt with one, you definitely got an advantage. And they probably the best at turning left and going forward. I probably struggle in my department some of running crooked around the racetrack, and I don't think our cars like to be drove that way. So they fit me well in that way.
Well, I'm getting bombarded here with questions.
Well, Chris Madden, Brian Gray is my co-host.
How's it going, Chris? We had a pleasure meeting each other, I think, for a brief moment at the North-South last year, but I'm a little hesitant because Webb's a little skeptical about some of this stuff, but I just got a question here. This comes from a guy in the chat room.
Okay.
He says, he says, what would you do if a guy was taking pictures of the underside of your car in Victory Lane?
Oh, so he's talking about the about the crew member taking a picture of, I guess, what was it, Burkhofer's car?
Burkhofer's car?
Did you see that?
Well, this isn't a question about Burkhofer's car. This is just, you know, a guy walks up to you after you've won the race, you're being interviewed, and they're over there snapping pictures underneath the car. Do you go do you go punch him in his nose?
I've actually had a guy try to take a picture under my car before, and I told him if he took a picture, I'd take the film or the cassette or the you know, the little micron chip out of his camera, and he wouldn't have it. You know, I would make sure he didn't get. If I seen it, he wouldn't get away with the actual picture.
Now, Chris, I've interviewed you several times for Dirt on Dirt. So what you're telling me is we can't sit on the ground Indian style behind your car and let me shine my camera and do the interview from there?
It's not possible.
What if Webb takes the picture, but the only person he lets see it is me?
No.
Does that make it fair?
Acceptable. No, that's not acceptable.
Well, all right, Chris. I appreciate you being a good sport with that last bit there. Anytime something comes from the chat room, it scares me half to death. So I appreciate.
Yeah, there's a few other questions here, but I'm not going to ask them.
Okay.
Thank you, Brian Gray.
You're welcome, Webb. See, I told you I'm getting better, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, Chris, before we let you get out of here, like I said, congratulations on that championship with the Southern Nationals. Thanks some of your sponsors, and also thanks some of your crew guys.
Yeah, I'd like to thank all my sponsors that helped me through this deal, help it make it possible for me to be able to do it. My brother-in-law and my sister with Century Plastics, they helped me out a bunch. Jamie Henderson with Henderson Amusement does a lot for me. All-Star Performance does a good bit. Cushman Paint and Body, Extreme Custom Recycles, Hamricks of Gaffney, Swift Coast Supply out of Elberton, Georgia, KC Transport, East Coast Amusement, and Precision Suspension with JRI Shocks out of Mooresville. They do my shocks this year, and they've done an excellent job of building some great shocks for us to win with. VP Race Fuels, Hoosier Dirt Tire South. Clements Automotive built us a new motor. We put a new motor and a new car together to run that deal. And and the whole thing was really awesome. And the guys here at the shop, Michael Martin and Jack White, those guys worked hard here and didn't get to go to all the races. And the guys that went and done the tour with me were Michael Reinhardt and Ralphie from Precision, and my son and Clay Knight. And those guys worked really hard, out in the heat to get this thing ready every night to race. And my family at home that supports me, they play a big part in my racing.
Well, Chris, I certainly thank you taking some time out of your evening to talk with us. I'd like to give you a call back sometime, have you back on if you're game. Sometimes the guys that have a name in this sport, they don't call us. They won't call us when we call them, so appreciate you calling us.
Yeah, man, no problem. And I'd like to thank, Bruce that works up at Scott's that builds these cars for us. He does a great job, and Scott and I work together well, and I think we're making them better and better. And obviously, like I said, this was a new car that we put together, and it's been great. So looking forward to going to the North, South, and the Topless with it.
Nick, where do you guys run out of, Chris?
I'm based out of Gaffney.
Is that North Carolina?
South Carolina.
No, it's South Carolina. Yep.
And you're coming up. You're going to be coming up here up my way for the North South 100 this year, right?
Right. Yep.
You guys are coming a hell of a long way to come and run second.
Well, I guess that's an opinion like something else everybody's got.
That's right. Oh, you can say it here. You can say that here.
That's right.
Come on now.
Yeah. Well,
we look forward to seeing you up here.
Second, so I guess you have a good opportunity to run second.
That's right.
That's it.
We'll let you get out here, Chris. I appreciate you, man.
Okay, man. Thank you.